Pascal, you've seemed actually really smiley, you seemed in good spirits. Can you feel a bit lighter coming into a new season knowing that...
Yeah, I mean, you want to...
can you feel
Sorry.
That's okay.
Nice.
Can you feel lighter coming into a new season as the reigning champion, knowing that you've ticked off such an achievement?
Yeah, it's definitely a nice feeling to spend the off-season with a bit less regrets and doubts, like what could you have done better to finish higher in the championship. So yeah, it was definitely a more relaxed off-season.
It's nice.
In terms of this year, we are looking forward to the challenge. I think there are a couple of challenges like the new tires, the four-wheel drive, the pit boost, entering a new homologation circle where everyone, brought a new hardware and for sure has some lessons learned from the past. It's gonna be tight, we know that, but we've also seen from testing that we are in a good position as well.
Was it an obvious choice to take the number one on your car seat?
Yeah, I think it's an honor if you are allowed to take the number one. I've always raced with the 94, and obviously that's my lucky number, but I think if you have the chance to take number one, you should do it.
Right. And tell me about Sao Paulo. What's this track like for you? Do you enjoy it here?
At the moment, it's too hot.
Very German.
Yeah, so it would be nice if we would be at the beach, but we are working. We have our racing suit on, the fireproof underwear. It's super hot, but and it's hot for everyone in the team as well. The mechanics, working the whole day on the car, the engineers. We all struggle a bit, but that's fine. Let's see. There's some rain. There might be some rain coming. Yesterday there was a huge storm, which could make the race quite interesting.
And having been a part of Porsche's mixed exhaust over the years, how special was that to be drifting back to the Formula E, so when you get that championship plus the line?
I've joined that program 4 years ago. And Porsche is in Formula E since 5 years, so it feels like I'm there since the beginning. We've made the journey together. We went through all the up and downs together. The first 2 years we had some highlights, but we were not in a position really to fight for the championship. It's just great to see from where we came and how we managed last season that we are now, the ones to beat and consistently at the front. And I just love my team, and I love racing together with them and fighting for trophies and championships. And like you said, it's great to be a small part of the great Porsche Motorsport history and success.
Mitch, how was the off-season for you? Nice break, get away from the paddock a little bit?
Yeah, it was long, it was good. I kind of needed it after the events of last season, but I had a bit of time off, but then quickly kind of back into it, started with testing, private testing, and then obviously the official test, sim days, bits and pieces. So always a lot going on, especially with Jaguar. It's been good, but now finally, it's nice to get back into a fresh new season. Clean sheet of paper. Obviously a lot, quite a bit's changed, to be honest, like new car, new tech regs and stuff. So a lot of unknowns heading into the weekend, but I'm excited.
And obviously you did end up missing that first test session in Madrid, but how did you think the actually test went overall? Was that a big impact for you guys or no?
Hard to say. Like it was a track that is not very natural for us to be driving on. Like it was a very fast flowing track, a really cool track, but it was a decent test. We got a lot done. We obviously ended up fastest, but I think everyone was good at different times of the week. Obviously this new tire is making a massive impact on performance, and if you don't get it right, you can lose a lot of lap time. If you do get it right, it can be really beneficial. So I felt like it was a bit of a mixed bag throughout Jarama. Kind of hard to judge where everyone's at, to be honest. You've got an idea, but I wouldn't say it's so clear cut right now.
And you're a previous race winner here in Sao Paulo. How does one win a race around these streets?
It's tough. It's tough because it's obviously very warm. It's a big peloton effect here. A lot of slipstreaming. Last year I almost did the double. I almost won again, but I had a big battery derate on the last lap. That can happen again. It's very hot this time of the year, and that's going to be a massive factor. So, yeah, strategy is a massive part of this race. We've got it right the last 2 years, but now with some of the changes that from the last 2 years to now, we're going to have to kind of reset a bit and kind of learn from what we have been doing well. But obviously with the new things that have come in, got to make sure we optimize that and try and be ahead of the game.
And from a personal perspective, I think I may already know the answer to this, but what are your aims for season 11?
Same as the last 4 or 5 years. Obviously the big target's the Drivers' Championship, and that's a no-brainer. Obviously coming close for a number of years now, that doesn't really change, and obviously defending the teams. So pretty clear goals, and we'll do what we can to try and achieve them.
And what do you think we can expect from the Gen 3 Evo?
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be similar racing to Gen 3, but some differences. Obviously, attack mode's really changed with being on four-wheel drive, so you'll see a big performance difference between normal race power and attack mode. There's other things that we have to deal with in the race. Obviously, new tires, so we're going to understand how they behave around a Formula E track, in this type of heat. So typical Formula E, expect the unexpected. So yeah, we'll see.
We had to speak to you after the heroics here last year. How does it feel to be back in Sao Paulo?
Firstly, thank you. Secondly, yeah, it's great to be back here. This city holds a lot of memories for fans of McLaren. Obviously now fans of Neon McLaren, but Ayrton Senna was born here, lived here. Emerson Fittipaldi is from here, two iconic members of the Papaya family. So this place means a lot to us as a brand, and yeah, last year meant a lot to us as a team as well.
Can you do it again?
I hope so. It'd be nice. But look, opening round, it's just important to first finish the race, second try and score some points in the race. Anything from that, I think, is a bonus, to be honest.
And how did testing go for you guys? Everything go to plan? Feeling confident?
Yeah, pretty solid. We didn't set any lap records, but we got our homework done. I think that we know a lot more about our car now than we did prior to Harama, and we go into this optimistic that we can have a good race.
What's the trick to going well around Sao Paulo? What are the key pointers here?
Being efficient in the race. You don't necessarily have to start from first, but you have to be within a decent position after about 7 or 8 laps.
Okay. And when racing in Brazil, we've got even more fans coming than we've had before. What's the passion like? Can you really feel it when you're out on track?
Yeah, do you know what, South American fans, we go to Mexico City, come here, they are hugely passionate. They go mad for it. They absolutely love it. And that's what we want as drivers. We like to go places where we feel loved and the crowd really get involved. So it's great.
And finally, what is it like having that little bit of downtime in the off-season? And how important is that to almost a mental recovery when taking a step back from being in the paddock all year?
Yeah, it's nice. There wasn't too much of an off-season, to be honest. I feel like I've done quite a bit, but yeah, it's always nice. But I've wanted to get going again for some time.
You've got the itch to get back in.
Yeah, also, as a non-manufacturer team, testing for us has been limited. So manufacturers get a lot more test days. They've been a bit busier. That's frustrating. It's like, I want to get in the car. We have had a little bit of time in the car, but it would have been nice to get a bit more. A bit like what some of the other big teams have had.
The only proper rookie on the grid this season, Zane Maloney. How does it feel to come in sort of as the underdog almost? Do you like that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't see myself as a rookie. I don't think about that. Of course, I have rookie things that I need to learn, and you can only do that by experiencing it during the race and qualifying. But in terms of working with teams, and I'm quite experienced in that, so I'm just looking to do the best job on track. I don't really care about anything else, to be honest.
Were there any first day of school kind of jitters, when you're joining a jitters?
Not at all, because I mean, obviously I came straight from F2 last weekend with the pressure on, so I haven't gone down from that pressure, so I'm still there. And then I've worked with some massive teams like Andretti, Sauber, Red Bull, Rodin, so it feels quite natural for me. There's still going to be a lot to learn. I'm not saying there isn't. We still have a lot to learn, but the initial parts have been going well.
Well, you mentioned just there jumping in from F2 now to F1. Are there any challenges in jumping between those two cars?
There is, but they're so different that it's quite easy to forget about F2 when I come over here and forget about this when I go to F2. So there are certain challenges that you get used to, muscle memory, how to drive a race car. It's the complete opposite, F2 to Formula E. But that's also a good thing because they're so different that you can kind of move on aside and move it out of your brain and go on to the next one.
And have you got any personal hopes for the season? Anything you'd like to achieve this year?
My goals is to maximize what I have from the car, from what the team give me. I think it's a new manufacturer, new team, so we don't have expectations. We don't know. I can answer that question after this weekend. Then we have a bit of an idea. But up until then, it's just maximizing what I have. Learning from Lucas, having some good competition with him as well, so we'll see. And yeah, based off of my results to Lucas, I know how I did.
I actually have to say, I saw a photo of you yesterday where Lucas has got his arm around you, looking like father and son. Has he actually been helping you out so far, giving you bits of advice?
Yeah, he has, of course. I think we have a good relationship so far. I mean, he's very experienced. Obviously, that photo from yesterday, he was just trying not to get wet, so he was bringing himself closer. And I knew that it would get photographed. I'm not his son. I'm his teammate.
Not his son's teammate. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it.